Guys, welcome back to my channel. So today for meal prep, I'm going to prep a couple of lunches and also do some dinner preps. So let's just jump right into the video. I'm going to start with cooking up some bacon for Cobb salad that I will be having for lunch this week. I always cook my bacon in the air fryer. I like how it comes out nice and crispy and it just doesn't make a lot of mess. I always cook it at 400 degrees for 10 minutes. I get a lot of questions about my air fryer. I have an air fryer toaster oven. I really like it. It's really large though, and it's not the easiest to clean. That's why I use the foil on the rack. But I do love how it's flat, and I love how I can just cook a ton of things in it at one time. So I do sacrifice a lot of counter space for this, but I will have a link down below, and there's a lot of different ones on Amazon that you can get that may be smaller than this. So I don't know, I just like the rack style air fryer a lot better than the basket kind. Also for the Cobb salads, I need to shred up some rotisserie chicken. I love buying rotisserie chickens whenever I can. I do like the ones from Costco better. They're a lot bigger, but I did not make it this week, so I just got a little one from my local grocery store. But this actually turned out to be probably the exact amount that I'll need for my salads this week. One thing about rotisserie chicken is it makes meal prep go so much quicker. So I have a lot of things I need to get done today. So I really didn't want to spend a lot of time on meal prep. So by buying a rotisserie chicken, it just cuts so much time out of my morning, and they really don't cost that much more. And actually, I think the cost of it is a lot cheaper than it would be to buy a whole package of chicken breasts and then having to cut them up and cook them and whatnot, what I normally would have had to do for these Cobb salads. So I love to buy rotisserie chickens. The first batch of the bacon is done. It's perfectly crispy. I love air fryer bacon. So it's time to start working on one of the dinners I will be having this week, which is some cilantro lime chicken. So I'll be putting these in a bowl style. So today I'm just making the marinade for this. So in my Ziploc bag, I'm adding in 2 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken thighs, 3 sliced limes that I'm going to go ahead and squeeze into the bag, some minced garlic, 6 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 teaspoons of red pepper flakes, some salt, and some chopped cilantro. So I definitely suggest marinating your chicken in this for at least 2 hours, but I think overnight is best. It really just makes the chicken so flavorful and so tender. So stay tuned for my weekly, daily food vlogs that I'll be posting next week, and you'll see how I am going to put this whole dinner together and how I cook the chicken. I'm going to portion out the blue cheese I'll be having on my Cobb salads. These little cups are great for portioning out ingredients, and I like to have all my components of my salads all ready to go, so it just makes getting my lunch together in the morning before I leave for work go super quickly. Now that my air fryer is free, I'm going to start mixing together the turkey burgers that will be my other lunch option for the week. I am a person that doesn't like to eat the same thing every single day for lunch, so I like to have a couple of different options for lunches out there. So in my bowl, I have a pound of ground turkey, some minced garlic, a 1/4 cup of the Franks red hot sauce, 1 tablespoon of ranch seasonings, some blue cheese, some green onions, and an egg. So I'm just going to mix this up really well and form them into patties. You can add in some crushed up pork rinds if you want it to be binded a little bit more, but I wasn't too worried about that because I'll just be eating this just with a little bit of sauce on top, which we'll be making next. So I really didn't need it to be like super sturdy. If they fall apart, it's okay. The combinations of these flavors are so good. If you're not a fan of blue cheese, which I know not everybody is, feel free to leave it out or substitute another kind of cheese. These patties will be going into the air fryer at 400 degrees for 25 minutes. If you don't have an air fryer, you can also put these in the oven at 400 degrees. They'll probably take about 30 to 35 minutes in the oven, just depending on your oven, or you can also fry them up in a skillet. To go with the burgers, as I mentioned, I am having some sauce. So I'm going to be making some buffalo blue cheese sauce. Normally, I would use sour cream and mayo and some blue cheese. However, I do have some blue cheese dressing that I need to use up. So I thought I would just forego the rest of that and just go ahead and just make it with this blue cheese dressing. So in my bowl, I'm adding in the blue cheese dressing, a tablespoon of the Frank's red hot sauce, and 1 teaspoon of ranch seasonings. I'm just using like the packaged ranch seasonings. I know there's stuff in there that's not the greatest, but I'm not using that much. And you want to whisk this up, and this is going to make an amazing sauce to go on top of my burgers. I cannot wait to have this, you guys. It just smelled so good, and I tasted it, and it's just the perfect amount of just spicy with that blue cheese dressing. It was so good. The cilantro lime vinaigrette I am making next is going to go on the cilantro lime chicken bowls I'll be having for dinner later in the week. So in my blender cup, I am adding in a 1/4 cup of lime juice, a 1/2 cup of rice vinegar, some minced garlic, some salt, 4 teaspoons of sweetener. I'm using the pure sweetener, which is like the stevia sweetener, a 1/4 cup of olive oil, and a 1/2 cup of chopped up cilantro. You want to blend it up, and there you go. This is such a flavorful vinaigrette, and it goes really good with any salad, but especially good with some taco salads or any kind of Mexican flair salad. It's so good, you guys. It's so good. For another dinner this week, I will be having chicken piccata. And whenever I make chicken piccata, I like to have the breast really super thin because I do make it in a skillet. So that way they cook a lot faster. So I'm going to go ahead and break down a big package of chicken breasts that I had, and I'm going to pound up all of them. So half of this I'll be using for the chicken piccata. The other half I'm just going to put in the freezer for later on. But pounded chicken also thaws out really fast. So I figure I'll just go ahead and pound it all out. That way when I need this for dinner, the one that's in the freezer for dinner another time, I can just pull them out and they'll thaw out super quickly. Turkey burgers are done, and only one of them fell apart. The rest of them were really solid. Sometimes you never know how it's going to work without having the pork rinds. I just honestly did not feel like getting the pork rinds out and everything and grinding them up. I normally like to keep pork rinds in the freezer, but I did not have any left. So these are going to go into my glass container, into the fridge, and ready to go for lunches this week. To go with my Cobb salad and also for snacks, I'm going to make some hard-boiled eggs. I always make my hard-boiled eggs in the Instant Pot or pressure cooker. So I'm adding in 1.5 cups of water to my pressure cooker. I'll be putting it on the steam setting for 4 minutes. Then I allow it to natural release for 4 minutes, and then I just have them sit in an ice bath until they're ready to peel. They usually sit in there for at least 10 minutes. I usually do the hard-boiled eggs last. That way they can sit there while I'm cleaning up the rest of the kitchen and all that after meal prepping. As always, I have cheese to shred. I need some mozzarella cheese for a couple of dinners for the family this week. So I like to have it all shredded up and ready to go. So when I go to make dinner after I get off work, I don't have to worry about shredding up some cheese. And I always like to have a shredded Colby Jack on hand. So you guys, we are in the home stretch. If you have made it this far in the video, will you leave a cheese emoji down there in the comment section and give this video a thumbs up if you like meal prep videos. So to wrap up this meal prep, I have turkey burgers with a buffalo cheese sauce for one of my lunches. For the other lunch, I'll be having Cobb salads, which will be spring mix, some blue cheese, a hard-boiled egg, shredded chicken, bacon, avocado, and tomato. And I'll just top it with some kind of vinaigrette, or if I have, I might get some more blue cheese dressing and have that on there. I'm not sure what I'll end up topping it with. And finally, by doing these few little dinner prep steps, I'm going to be ahead with dinners this week, and it'll make just dinner to the table that much faster this week. I cannot wait to have these dinners this week. I am really excited about my meal plan. So you guys, thank you again for taking time to watch this video. If you're not subscribed, I hope you'll take a moment to do so and hit that notification bell to be notified when I upload videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.